Oh, a little video, which I was shocked at, that there's a National Black Police Association, which I was thinking I'll go and have a little look at the National White Police Association, but I couldn't find it. A White Police Association. So just waiting for a few people to join me on my live. Don't like doing these lives, get a bit nervous. I'm just waiting for people. And me, you can see me glasses. You can always see the light in my glasses. It gets on my nerves. I'll have to get myself some proper gear, won't I? Absolutely awful. I need to get a light and I need to get myself some glasses that don't reflect the light in them. And I think it's because they're that big as well. My glasses are massive. That better, yeah, that the light's not reflecting in them. But yeah, just thought I'd come on and do a little live. Because just build my community up a little bit and what's going on. What's going on in this country right now is absolutely horrific, isn't it? You couldn't write it, could you? I've just put up a short there about I was listening to Matt Walsh last night and he was saying about he looked up there was the Channel 4 had actually done an interview with the National Black Police Association and they'd said that they don't think that there's no over the Henry Novak case murder that there's no two-tier policing. That was the National Black Police Association. So I went and had a little look up as Matt did. Matt Walsh pointed out is there a National White Police Association. So I went and had a little look myself, but there is no National White Police Association. So surely in itself that seems a bit racist, doesn't it? Because aren't the police supposed to be colourblind? So how can you have one group of people um for one kid's skin colour and not a group of people for another skin colour? Which I don't think's right anyway. I think that everyone should be treated the same. But I was shocked, yeah. The National Association of for Black Police, yeah. So yeah, so I just thought I'd come on and do a little live and speak to some of my subscribers and see how everyone's doing. Let's have a little look. Chris Weeder, hi Chris, you're all right? Good morning, someone's saying. Is it morning where you are? Do you know what? These glasses are terrible. I can't hardly see with them. So have you got the baby, Chris? I thought I'll come on, talk about the events of the week. Wow, you couldn't write it, could you? It's absolutely horrific in this country at the minute, isn't it? Greetings from Norway. Hello. Party. Do you know what? I can't see a thing with these glasses. I need to get new glasses. Party Fix. Richard. Hello, Richard. Someone called Robin. Yeah, terrible with the glasses, aren't I? And you know what it is as well? I put me lighting down because otherwise the phone just reflects in my glasses and all you can see is the phone. So it also put my lighting down, which makes then the writing darker on here. But I wanted to ask people, what do you think of all this that's going on about Elon Musk getting involved with the horrific case of Henry Novak? Do you think he's right for getting involved? And now the some of the American, I don't know what they're called, but the American government are getting involved, aren't they, and saying that there is two-tier policing. So what do you think? Do you think Elon Musk is right for opening his mouth, or do you think he should shut up? It's got nothing to do with him. What do you think? Be interesting to see in your comments. I'm gonna have a little look now. Let me see. Um, I am French. Someone's saying hello, bonjour. Um, hello, hello. Yeah. Queen Quran Jordan says hi. Hi. How am I doing? I'm doing fine, thank you. Just wanted to have a little chat and see what people thought about Elon Musk butting in on the UK politics. What do you reckon? Do you think he's right for doing it, or do you think he's wrong? Do you think he should stay out of it? But I don't know how I feel. I think that someone needs to speak up and someone needs to speak for us because our government seem to hate us, don't they? Our police seem to hate us. And what did you think about the riots in Southampton? I've seen some horrific footage from there where the police are beating up the public, aren't they? And you're thinking, I don't think they've really done anything. I think they were just standing there protesting, and then the next thing they're getting their heads kicked in. Yeah. So, and then you see other footage, don't you, where they're like running away from people. I'm going to brighten this screen so I can see people, but you might see a glare in my glasses. So it's either that or I can't see what you're saying. So I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit. See, you can see a glare in my glasses. Now I can see who's talking. Coran Jordan, say hi, hi. Parsi Fixer, Richard, Illinois, Rob the Maker, Tom and hi, all the best. Love, Tom. Hello. Yeah, just asking a question about Elon Musk. What do you think? Do you think Elon Musk should get involved, or do you think he should keep his mouth shut? I just feel like our government hates us at the moment, and I feel like I'm quite made up that Elon Musk is opening his mouth, and some people from America are opening their mouths and sticking up for us. Because I don't think our government like us very much, do they? I think they hate us. I think we're everything that they despise. We're a thorn in the side, aren't we? We are a thorn in the side. The working class people. They do hate us, Tom and Neth. They do. They hate us. They hate everything that we represent. We've got backbone, we've got courage, we've got spirits, and we've got gumption, we've got we're we say everything with conviction, don't we? And I think, yeah, absolutely, they hate us. And then what do you think about the police? Tom, what do you think about the police, the way they've carried on in Southampton? Just thought it was awful. I don't know. I just think am I getting old? I know I am old, but I just think that the country's just unrecognisable at the minute, isn't it? But then some people say going back like to the miners' strikes and going back to the 70s, we had it, didn't we? We had power cuts, didn't we, in the 70s? I remember going on when we were at school, it was 3 day a week. I was on a 3 day a week schooling, and the buses were on strike, the bin men were on strike. And there was all that going on back then in the 70s, wasn't it? So as it got worse, what do you think? They hate us. We need Elon Musk to speak about this. His following is massive. Yeah, I think so as well. Richard, they hate us. Uh, well, you're old fashioned like myself, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with being old fashioned, is there? We that's how we were brought up. Not old fashioned, I mean, just I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but I think Elon Musk, I think when he put I think when he put one of his posts up, I think it had something like 38 million, or was it 38 million? 38 million people had seen it. So you think, yeah, the it's getting out there, isn't it? And if he doesn't speak up for us, who will? I think it's absolutely horrific what's going on in this country at the minute. Love the nostalgia. Oh, I love nostalgia. That's all I talk about, Tom. That's all I talk about. I think I bore people with it. Like when I'm talking about all our yesterdays, going out and going for it. No one goes out anymore, do they? Well, if I went out, I'd go out in the daytime. Because I think like people our age now go out like in the daytime and they're back home by 7, 8 o'clock, aren't they? Having to go for a chippy and come home. Because I think it's for the young ones, but I don't even think the young ones go out now, do they? Yeah, I was just a little kid in the 70s, but the way things are now is worse than I remember than I've ever seen. Yeah, I do. I think like in the and I was around in the 70s. I was a teenager in the set. My nails are all chipped, so take notes of them. I've been cleaning, so I've got all chipped nails. My nails are all using nice, and I'm trying to hide them like this as I'm talking. Um, but yeah, 70s and 80s, I loved them. Family have weird traditions, yeah. They do, don't they? Do you remember on a Sunday, did you have, going back to nostalgia, like on a Sunday when you had your roast dinner, you used to have your roast dinner and then like have cakes and biscuits and that for your tea of an evening, like a little tea party. We used to. I don't know whether that's still a thing now. I don't think it is it? But we used to. It was like, and then you'd sit down and watch Bullseye. Remember on a Sunday watching Bullseye? Yeah, oh, I loved it. This is what you could have won. I like talking about all that, do you? But me, JD Vance has blamed the death of Henry Novak on years of unrestricted mass immigration. I tend to agree with him. Yeah, I think we've been browbeaten, haven't we? Browbeaten. It hasn't changed. It hasn't just gone from it hasn't happened overnight, had it? It hasn't gone from that to that quickly. We've been browbeaten, indoctrinated, and that's one thing that really gets me, the indoctrination of our children. And it's we've been browbeaten. We're terrified to speak up, aren't we? You know, the reason that I can do this now is because I don't work. I'm retired, so that's the only reason I can speak out. Reminisce about the 60s and the 70s is so nice. My lovely mum would buy us a large egg custard on a Sunday and do a trifle. Yeah, that's what it was like, wasn't it? Remember having tea and cakes, watching the A-Team as a kid in the 80s. I missed that time. I know, and I think people go, oh, would you look back at it with rose tinted glasses? I don't think we do we? I think it was better times, wasn't it? I do. Remember, This Is Your Life? Oh, and you'd go, wonder who it'd be. That was good, wasn't it? This Is Your Life. But yet we used to have our roast dinner and then we'd have our cakes and biscuits and we'd have a trifle. And I'd sometimes, as I got older, I'd make like a meringue cheesecake. I'd make a cheesecake. There was five of us. Well, seven of us with my mum and dad. So if you had a packet of biscuits, I tell you what though, your packet of biscuits, you'd only get two biscuits each and then they'd be gone. We was greedy as kids though. We was greedy. Honestly, we were. So you'd only get two biscuits and that'd be it. But yeah, there was good old days, wasn't there? And pubs, your mum and dad would go to the pub and bring, pass your crisps out and all that. There's no pubs now. There used to be, where I lived, there was something like, I think there was like a pub called the, the Ploughman, the Thatcher, the Barley Mow, the Labour Club on Stockbridge Village. There was, what else was they called? There was a few. There was about the Harvester. There was about 10 pubs. Now there's one pub for the whole estate. So what does that tell you? It's just breaking up communities, isn't it? Yeah. My mum and dad had three kid family on his pay in Cornwall, being a minor. Yeah, hard times, wasn't he? Hey Queen, I attend ski 6110. Yeah, hard times. You from Canny Farm? Yep, I'm from Canny Farm. Originally from Tunnel Road, Speakland Road, Dale Road. Down there, we lived in a little street called Horden Street, and then, when they scattered all the old homes, everyone went, didn't they, to like Netherley, Kirby, Canny Farm. They were all scattered everywhere, all the old communities. But then we built a community, and it was all little, there were a lot of pubs up here and what have you, and they've all gone now. And back in the day, we had a lot of shops up here. We had a bank, we had a laundrette, we had a dry cleaners. Now, nothing. One supermarket that's got the monopoly, which they can charge what they want, which I go mad at. So I'm trying to do something in the community to get more variety of shops. But because that was your hub, wasn't it? Your shops when you all went to shops. But now there's nothing. No pubs, no shops, no nothing. The only shops that there is likes of barber shops that are springing up, aren't they? Vape shops, charity shops. Highton Village. Highton Village has gone down the nick. All it is now is eateries. And I know it's always nice to have them type of places, but you want shopping as well, don't you? But yeah, it's changed, and as I say, I think that you look back with rose tinted glasses, but I like them days. I liked the old days. Yeah, we ain't got no farmer market. No, no, nothing like that up here. Got nothing. Nothing. We've got just one supermarket, one pub, um, obviously a bookies, and one thing that I go mad at is that you've got to pay 1.99 out the ATM to get your money out. Knowsley is one of the poorest boroughs in the UK, one of the poorest, and yet they charge people 1.99 to get the money out of an ATM. But if you go to the posher area, like Walton or Formby, them type of places, Crosby or whatever, you don't have to pay. So when you're in a poorer area, they charge you to get your own money out. But in the posher places, the more affluent places, you don't pay. What's that all about? They're always hit, aren't they? Always hitting the poorer people. 1.99 to a pensioner or 1.99 to a young mum is a lunch for a child, isn't it? So that's what I'm fighting for at the moment up here, to try and get a link machine, a free link machine. It's absolutely disgusting. That's bad. What if you change the bank? No, you can get money from the post office. You can get money out the post office, but the ATM machine is inside of a supermarket. So if that and the post office is there as well. So if your post office is your supermarket shut, you can't go into the post office. Over the Saturday and Sunday, the post office isn't open. But I just think it's awful. I think you should have a free link machine. So that's what I'm fighting for at the moment. Yeah. All the pubs are shutting down. Our pub culture used to be the best. Yeah, it absolutely did. And that's not looking back with rose tinted glasses. That's true, isn't it? That's true. We had a great pub culture, didn't we? Even when you were little, your mum and dad would go to the pub, you'd be outside. They're getting crisp off them and lemonade passed out and what have you. It wasn't bad for your mum and dad to be in the pub for an hour. Was it? No, I don't think it was. When you were older, do you know what I mean? I'm not talking about when you're 3 and 4. I'm talking about like when you're older, 14, 15, that type of thing. Yeah, I had a girlfriend, Lynn Roberts from Canny Farm. Used to get the 12 bus, the 12C. God, there was everywhere, wasn't it? That's all you used to see, the 12C. We didn't imagine the good hotels. They were better times, yeah. Digital payment is good rather than 1.99 service fee. Yeah, I get it, but sometimes, like, it's like here when my window man comes, I've got to have the window money. He doesn't have a card machine or not like that, so I've got to get money out. So I think I have to go over, and when I go over, I'm not going and paying 1.99 to get a tenner out the bank, out the ATM. So we have to stand in a massive big queue in the post office to get me tenner out to pay the window man. Look at my nails, they're all chipped. I said my nails are usually nice, but it being clean and so they're all chipped. Yeah, so what do you think, guys? Elon Musk. Should we talk about that or should we talk about the old days? I like talking about the old days. But yeah, I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get the ATM machine as well. As I say, we used to have a lot of shops up here. Now we've got nothing. We've got one Shippy, we've got a Subway. Digital payments as a risk of scamming. Yeah, it has. Don't think it's as bad now though, is it these days? I don't think it's as bad. Well, is it? Don't know. My friend's just come back from Nice, and what happened to her was someone was trying to help her, like she was getting the train, and they actually done something and took a card out without her seeing, and said, "Oh, I think it's gone in. Put your number in again." And she put a number in again, and they said, "Oh, it's took your card. You'll have to go up the stairs to the cashier." And as she's going up, she thought, "Oh, I'll just cancel my card." Cancelled the card right away. And it had come up on a bank that someone had tried to take £350 already. They'd walked away from it. and took £350 out, tried to, out the bank. So you've just got to watch, haven't you, scammers, yeah. But yeah, good old days when you didn't have to pay to get your money out the bank. As anyone, I have. I remember years ago when the ATMs first started, when they first come out, and putting me card in, risk of scam calls, yeah. I remember putting my card in, and the day before Christmas Eve. I was going for a bit of shopping. I put my card in, and I just got me bonus from work, and I took £200 to go and get a bit of shopping. And I thought, oh, it hasn't worked, and I walked away, and I left the £200 in the card machine. And then I went to bank the next day, and I said to them, I think that I'd left it. And they said the person behind you was only like 2 seconds, 3 seconds behind me. They took it, but they couldn't prove that they took it. They said no. They phoned them, and they said no. We didn't take it. I didn't take it. It wasn't there, but they must have took it. But yeah, that was £200, and it was a good few years ago, so it was a lot of money. It was like me big shop for Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, government should inform retiree about risk of scam call. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so my little lives, I'm still nervous about it. I don't know what to talk about, but I'm just trying to build up my little community. Do you know what I mean? Just like trying to get to know people and seeing what's best to talk about on a live. I watch loads of lives. I watch the Angry Bootneck. He is hysterical, Angry Bootneck. And I think, how does it just roll off his tongue? He's been doing it for a while, but he's so good. And then I watch Paz 49. These are all my heroes on YouTube. Paz 49, he's really good. And he just flows with it. And oh, and I got invited on to, do you know Nick Buckley? Nick Buckley MBE. He interviewed me the other day, which I was so nervous about. And as the interview's going on, you can see my face going redder and redder and redder. But that he's actually posting that on Wednesday, this Wednesday coming. So yeah, that was interesting. I used to go to Norton Street Midland Bank with the withdrawal slip to get your cash out. Yeah, do you remember that? Yeah, and all the old shops I like talking about. Do you remember like all the old shops in the high street, say Chelsea Girl, Lewis's now has even closed down, hasn't it? In Liverpool anyway. Dickie Lewis, the big Dickie Lewis statue's still there, but the shop's gone. All the old shops, but now it's just the same old, isn't it? Barbers, vape shops, charity shops. That's all you see, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, Susie, you're doing really great. Thanks, Tommy. Tommy, what is your name? Tommy. I say Tom. I'll just say Tom. I don't know though. I think that I waffle a bit, and I think I don't know what to talk about because you're just talking to the camera, aren't you? And I think I don't know because me channel as well is political. I like to talk about political things, even though I'm not very I always say I'm not very political, but what I do watch what's going on in the world, and I don't in this country especially, and I don't like what I'm seeing at the moment. And the Henry Novak case is just the murder is horrific, isn't it? And it killed me watching it killed me watching the footage of it, but I had to watch it because I had to see the failings of the police and what has happened. My fella couldn't watch it. He said, I can't watch it. It makes him too angry, far too angry. I think it's made a lot of people angry, hasn't it? But two-tier policing, yeah, definitely two-tier policing in this country. And I've just put a post up, just put a short up now, about there is a national black police association, and they've done an interview with Channel 4, and they said that no, that there isn't no two-tier policing. National National Black Police Association, that's it. So I looked up was the to see what the National White Police Association had said about it, but there is none. There is no National White Police Association, only a National Black Police Association. So What does that tell you? Do you know what I mean? It's not good, is it? Two-tier. It's two-tier everything, isn't it? And then David Lammy today, I watched David Lammy saying that no, he wouldn't take the knee. It was all symbolic, it's just symbolism. But it was all right when it was symbolism when they were doing it for someone on the other side of the world, wasn't it? In America, not the other side of the world, but America. But you think, but when it's someone in your own country. And then he mentioned the pandemic. He started talking about the pandemic. Oh, that was back when when it was in the pandemic. What did that have to do with it? I don't know. Don't know what it had to do with it. So sad, felt awful with Henry Lammy. Disgraceful. Wasn't it disgraceful? Absolutely. The way he was like that. Didn't know what to say, did he? And then that Nick Ferrari, who I don't like anyway, but he pressed him on it and said to him, it's just a simple yes or no. And he ended up saying no in the end, didn't he? He said no, he wouldn't take to the knee. No, I wouldn't take the knee for anyone, but they did, didn't they? They did. So it's again two-tier justice again. It's absolutely horrific. And then I think didn't Keir Starmer invite the family, the Novak family, to number 10? And then it got me thinking, well, why is he only inviting them now? Why didn't he invite them 6 months ago when it happened? Because it happened in December, didn't it? So why didn't he invite them 6 months ago when it happened? And why did he have to make it so public? If that's not making it political, I don't know what it is. And I think the only thing he done it for was like it was to point score against Nigel Farage, wasn't it? You know, because he said he was causing rage. I don't think he caused rage. I don't think it was Nigel Farage that caused the rage. I think it was the guy that stabbed Novak that caused the rage, and the way the police responded caused the rage. It didn't take Nigel Farage, did it, to cause the rage within us, if that makes sense. I know I'm waffling a little bit there. Lammy's a moron. Lambtron, yeah, shouldn't be anywhere near politics. I think he's not right in the head. Yeah, Susie, I think we like and hate the same people. Yeah, Clobber Magazine. They will feel our age. The Clobber Magazine, they will feel our age in the near future. Lee Nortman, Justice for Henry. Yeah. I think that there will be more rage in the future. I think you're absolutely right, Clobber Magazine. I think there's going to be more rage. And as I say, it doesn't take Nigel Farage to build our rage, does it? It takes the instance that happened, the murder, the cold-blooded murder that happened. That's my thought anyway. But and then, as I say, inviting the family. I'd love to have been a fly on the wall because they didn't look happy when they come out, did they? The daughter seemed to walk ahead as if she didn't like it. But then they've looked up, haven't they? They've actually looked up that I think it's his dad. I don't know whether it's his dad or his stepdad. I don't know about that. But they looked up his social media. I think they were looking for like. I think they were looking for like more like racist comments and all that. So they could have said, "Oh well, it's come from his father. He must have been racist." But I think what they found was a load of stuff where the dad has called out Keir Starmer for the wanker that he is. So got the eye white there, didn't he? Yeah. Kent Patriot Evening, Susie. Hello. I'm waffling. I always waffle. I just thought I'd come on, do a little live. And don't forget to watch me on Nick, Nick Buckley, MBE. Yeah, he asked me on his show. So it's out. He's actually posting it on Wednesday, next Wednesday. That'll be there. So but you can. I'm dead nervous on it. I'm always dead nervous on my lives. And you can see my face going redder and redder as he's talking to me. They tried to hard. Yeah, they did. They tried so hard to find any racism. Yeah, they did. So then what they would have done was, you see, I think they would have then said that, yeah, he was being racist. Henry must have been racist because his dad was like that. But didn't they shout in the court? Didn't the murderer's family shout out racist comments as well while they were in the court? I'm sure they did. Yeah. The only things what I hear, I watch a lot on on YouTube. I watched Silver Fox, and I watched Press and Journalist. I watch Angry Bootneck, Paz, Clobber Magazine. They're losing badly. Who's losing? The left, do you think? Yeah, I think the left are losing. And but Nick asked me a question, and he said, "Do you have hope for the future of the country?" I do with my heart. I think we've got a lot of fight, haven't we? The British has got a lot of fight in us. But I think, can we vote our way out of it? Do you think we can vote? Yeah, the lefty traitors. I think I can't stand the lefty traitors. Honestly, I hate them with a passion. They're my way. I can't bear them. And as I say, when they come on here, I get a lot of trolls, and they go, or like granny or something. They call you granny as if like that's gonna, as if granny's gonna insult you. And I think, yeah, I am a granny. I'm a great granny. How can that insult you? But one thing I've noticed is that if there's a man on there that's an older man, they don't say, "Oh, shut up, granddad." You never hear that, do you? It's just shut up, granny. I can't stand the lefties. Can't stand them. Aim, Lee. Yeah. Aim high, vote low. Britain is what we low is what restore is what we need in Britain. Okay, proud granny. Yeah, I'm a proud granny. I'm a great granny. Do you know what I mean? So calling me a granny isn't an insult. My granddaughter always says aging is a privilege now. When you age, if you get to a say, it's a privilege, isn't it? My dad was only 59, my mum was 61 when they died. I'm older than my mum and dad now. So yeah, I am privileged. So if you want to call me a granny, go ahead. Going back to restore, how do you think that the by-election will go? Everyone's saying that Andy Burnham's gonna win it, aren't they? Who in their right mind? I'll throw this out to you guys. Who in their right mind still votes for Labour? Or who would still vote for Labour? Who, why would you vote for Andy Burnham? Are they voting for Andy Burnham to become the next Prime Minister? Is that what they think? Do you think that do they think that Andy Burnham's gonna make a better Prime Minister than Keir Starmer? Really? What do you think? Do you think he's gonna win? Because it's looking that way, isn't it? I'm just hoping that a lot of people about, I keep saying this, lefties and delusional people vote Labour. How though? What they've seen over the last 2 years, how can they still vote Labour? Two sides of the same coin. Yeah, exactly. Ken Patriots. They're the same. Well, I'd say, you know what? I don't know whether you can get worse than Starmer, but he's more lefty than Starmer, isn't he? He'd drag us right back into the EU, wouldn't he? He said it. He said it in the past. Everyone in Labour is just as bad, yeah. Top, top, top cat dog. Aye. Yeah, they're all the same. I think Reform will win, but Restore will get a lot of votes. Do you think Reform will win? Yeah, Smoky Bacon 99. Um, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the people that don't usually vote, people that go, I don't vote. I'm not bothered because why would you enter a game that you're not going to win? Do you know what I mean? The people just go, oh, they're not going to win. I'm sorry, not that they're not going to win. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of my time going out and voting because nothing's going to change. So people don't vote. But I'm just hoping, like it did in the referendum, that people are going to go, I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote for Restore. So I'm hoping that, but there's loads of polls and all that now, isn't there, saying that it's going to be Andy Burnham. I'm just hoping that they're wrong. I just don't get it. I'm banging my head against the wall saying, how would anyone vote for him? How? Top Cat Dog saying Reform have showed their true colours, Restore all the way. And you know what? That's all you're seeing, isn't it? I'm sorry about the glare in my glasses. There's nothing I can do about it. Um, That's what people are saying, restore everyone on all of the chats that I go on all of the YouTubes I go on, and I look at the chat, it's all restore, restore, restore. Wouldn't it be great? Do you remember when we woke up on the referendum over the EU? I remember putting the telly on in the bedroom and woke up early and put it on, and I it was like that to my fella. Oh my God, we're out the EU. And he was like, what? And you could see them all like that on the BBC and that, couldn't you? The faces were touching the floor. Um, Lee Notman kick off in my town of Carlisle. They moved illegal men 4 doors from a nursery, and they stand outside watching women and children. It's happening everywhere, isn't it? Everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Well, didn't they say it's called Operation Scatter? So they're taking them out the hotels and they're scattering them all across the UK. That's what's happening. They did tell us. The former like lefties now, they can't debate. Top Cat Dog says they have nothing sensible to say. Ken Patriot for fuck's sake, I can't say it. F's sake, that's just wrong. I hope Restore win, but I think it's going to take another year for them to start rolling. Yeah, I do. That's exactly what I think. I always say, if do you think if there was a general election tomorrow, what would happen? What do you think would happen if there was a general election tomorrow? Be great, like, wouldn't it? Be exciting, but what do you think is happening? Who would win? I think myself, I think that people would vote reform because I don't think that they think Restore's ready. But then you've got to look forward to 2029, and I think if Restore's ready, they'll have a good chance because that's all you see in Restore, Restore. I think that they're like the underdogs, aren't they? But then someone was saying to me, oops, sorry about my abbreviated explosion. I can't read. Let me see. The next election is going to be one of the most crucial decisions of our time, of our country's history. And Susie, I'm worried about the lunatics winning. So am I. So am I. Reform would win a general election 2029. Restore wins. That's what I was saying. I think if it was tomorrow, I think Reform would win, but we've got to get Rupert Lowe ready for 2029. That's the only thing, isn't it? But someone was telling me I had Kathy on a UK chat, and she's just started her YouTube channel. She's dead nice, she is. And I had her on my little live, and she was we sort of like disagreed, and I was like, who? Even though like we agree on loads of things, she was saying that Rupert Lowe has been invited onto channels, onto news, sorry, onto GB News, and he refused. So I don't know how true that is. So why is he refusing to go on? Because he's saying that he's not getting the on the mainstream media and that. But why would he refuse to go on any interviews? I don't get that. Do you? Don't know how true it is. That's what she was saying anyway. Don't know. Yeah, the lunatics winning. Imagine the Greens. Can you imagine? Because that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna tell you. I was with my friend the other day, and she said, "Oh, she laughs at me for doing all this, on my YouTube and on my X and everything." And anyway, I said, "I would, you wouldn't." I say, "Oh, you watch this, watch that," and she goes, "I wouldn't be interested." I go, "No, you wouldn't be interested in it." But it fascinates me, all what's going on in the politics at the minute, because I think it is a good, fascinating time at the minute. So anyway, I said to her, "Should I don't know who I'd vote?" So I said, "Oh, don't you shed now?" She said, "I think I'd vote for the Greens." I, I stopped and I went, "Are you mad?" And she went, "What?" And I said, "The Greens." I think she thinks they're like the tree hugging Greens that they were years ago. So she went, "What?" And I said, "No, don't vote the Greens. This is what you see, this is the danger, isn't it? This is the danger. People don't understand what they're voting for. So I said the Greens, I was telling her some of the things about the Greens, and she went, "You're joking." I said, "No, that's what they stand for. That's what the Greens are." "Oh, I'm not voting the Greens." And I thought, now, if I hadn't have had that conversation with her, she would have voted the Greens. So this is what you've got to put up with in this country. And then you've got people that don't even go out and vote. They don't go out and vote. And then what happens is they moan about it. They sit and moan, don't they? Sitting in the living rooms, the back kitchens, whatever, pubs, if you can find a pub to go into talk. They talk about it, and I think, but they don't do nothing about it. Get out and vote. This is what we need. And I think you're right, it's going to be one of the most interesting, one of the most important votes, isn't it? Do you know what I always think, though? I was thinking the other day, Starmer, the way he goes, I'm going to be in for the next 10 years. I always think, does he know something that we don't know? Well done for waking her up. Thanks, Ken Patriot. Yeah, I certainly did wake her up. And I was shocked. So, yeah, I woke her up. Yeah. Shocking how uninformed people are, includes reform voters. Yeah, exactly. And we need Trump. Haha. Lee says, yeah, we do need a Trump. I wish Trump had come. Remember when he went in and got the Venezuelan president? Was it the prime minister or whatever they call him there? Wouldn't it be great if we had a helicopter coming down and Trump takes Keir Starmer away? That'd be great, wouldn't it? And then some people then say to you, that's terrible. Why would you want that on your own prime minister? Why would you want Trump to do that? But I would. I'd want him to do it. Rupert Lewis or Trump. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my thoughts for the Friday night anyway. Yeah. So how's everyone doing? Don't know what to talk about. Yeah, but we definitely need a Trump. Mm. Do you know who've been watching a lot of Candace Owen? Some people love her, don't they? Some people hate her. She's in Russia at the minute, isn't she? Getting slagged to death off Americans for going to Russia. But yeah, I watch a lot of that as well. Because I think you've got to, I'm trying to look at the two sides, like that's what I do sometimes. Trump to liberate the UK, Clobber magazine says, yeah. Thomas Thomas says, love Candace. I like her. But my sister said that she's lost the plot. She's crazy and all that. But the more I'm listening to her, the more I'm going, I agree with that. I agree with that. And it's strange, isn't it, how you change? Because I am now trying to listen to two sides of the story. Not the lefty story here. I've tried that. Oh my God, have I tried that? And I can't get my head around it. I just don't understand them. Standing with placards, refugees are welcome here. I can't get my head around that. And then when they were doing the protest for the Henry Novak, that they were going out and doing an anti-racism march against the Henry Novak, people that were wanting justice. What's that all about? Yeah, the Clobber magazine says we're winning and they know it. Yeah, we are winning. Yeah, I hope so. The lefties, if you see the lefties crying on the United Kingdom march, seeing that when you see them all walking down and you're seeing all lefties crying, that's because we're winning, isn't it? I hope so. Gareth Williams says, I was thinking, you know what I'm thinking. I'm not too much of a future. We could well be heading for apartheid in the UK. Yeah. It's not looking good, like, is it, Gareth? It's not looking good. And Nick Buckley was asking me, he said, what do you think? And I just think that, I hate to say it, but I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. I think it's going to get a lot more bloody. I think there's going to be a lot more atrocities. That sounds horrible, doesn't it? But I think that's what's going to happen. A lot more atrocities before people finally wake up. I do. That's what I think. Um, And it's not a question of if, it's a question of when, isn't it? And going back, that's what I was talking about before, going back to Storm when he says, I'm going to be in power for the next 10 years. I always think, does he know something that we don't know? How can he be that delusional? How can a man have blinkers on and not listen to us and not know what's going on in the country? It's not normal, is it? So, does he know something that's going to happen? I know it sounds like I've got a tinfoil hat on now, but that's what I think. I think, does he think something's gonna happen that, like, are we gonna go to war with someone, that there's not gonna be a general election? That type of thing. And going back to, like, I think he looks like a rabbit in the headlights. I think someone's pulling the strings, obviously. But it's almost as if he's terrified of upsetting certain people, isn't it? Or is that just me thinking that? I don't know. Mm. It's not looking good, Deb. It's not looking good. But I think more people are waking up, as Clobber Magazine said. A lot more people are waking up. Absolutely. Gareth Williams says, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking. The Midlands and London will be their own countries within a country. Yeah. Little enclaves, yeah. Smoky Bacon said, I think he's delusional. Delusional? I think he's lost the plot, hasn't he? What bubble does he live in? How can he go to bed of a night and think, oh, the country loves me, I'm going to be in power for the next 10 years? How? Thomas says, Gareth, that sounds terrible. I already worry so much for my children's future. You do. Starmer can't really hear what the public thinks about him. His head's too far up his own backside. But Ken Patriots, how can he not? How can he not? How can he not? Or he must see it, mustn't he? He hears it, people shouting at him, Keir Starmer's a wanker, being at stadiums, even in the dark and all that. How can he not hear it? How can he not think that people hate him? How can he not know that? He loves the power. Yeah, he loves the power, all right, doesn't he? And isn't he a defence lawyer? They always defend the underdog, don't they? They always believe what they're saying. I can't bear him. I don't know anyone that can. I have never. I know I do this channel, and I've been doing a few little things on other social media platforms. I mean, but I have never ever known so many people to talk about a prime minister and actually hate them that much. I know people did it a lot in Liverpool about Thatcher and that, but I've never heard it so much about Stormy, about the Prime Minister now. Never heard so many people. You get in a taxi and the taxi man goes, oh, the state of the country. You go in a shop and someone goes, oh, the state of the country and Stormy this. Everyone? Or is it just me? Am I getting to that age where you talk about it more? Do young ones talk about it? What do they think? They're indoctrinated though, aren't they? They think everything's fine and dandy, don't they? Are they the ones that are voting Labour? I don't know anymore. Think I'm losing the plot, mate. Honestly. So I'm gonna try and do a little live on a Friday and see how it goes. Are you a red or a blue being a scouser? Do you know what? I don't even follow football, but if I had to choose, it's a family thing. I'm a blue. But some of us are blue, some of us are red. But my mum's family was blue, so I mean, my grandma lived in City Road, right by, in Goodison. So I'm a blue, but I think most of my family's red. I'm a red. But if Liverpool are playing, if Liverpool are playing someone else, then I'll. I, well, my son-in-law always says that I'm a secret red. Because I will support them if they're playing someone else, except Everton. Then I'll be an Everton fan. Yeah, my dad's a blue. Yeah, Smoky Bacon. Is Smoky Bacon's daughter hates him, and they're both in the 20s. The daughter hates him. Yeah, yeah. Red and blue, claret and blue. Gareth Williams. Tom, I agree, and so do I think Kia wants people to hate him so he can play the poor. me cause he's a human rights lawyer, and I hate them because they took what was law and made to me took a law that was made to protect you. Of course, yeah. He's done a lot, hasn't he? He's done a lot of harm, hasn't he, Stormy? Mm. Sorry, Smoky Bacon, our Man United fan. Yeah, well, my fella's from Manchester, so he's a Man U fan as well. So can you imagine it in our households when we've got a Man U fan, a Liverpool fan, an Everton fan? Great football days. Yeah. So, yeah, the downtrodden around the world, Gareth Williams saying. Isn't it terrible? Terrible. But I think that, something that we don't know. I keep saying it. I keep saying it all the time. But you think you've Andy thumbs up to you, it's your fella, yeah. Thank you, Smoky Bacon. Do you think that Andy Burnham, I'll put it out to you guys, you think Andy Burnham's going to win the by-election? The Poland's saying yeah, isn't it? They're saying yeah, that will win. And I keep asking why. Why do people keep voting Labour? What is wrong with them? They got a death wish. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Can't wait. Can you? Isn't it what date is it now? It's the 18th, isn't it? 18th of June. It's not far, is it off? See what happens. See who wins. Do you think they'll cheat? Another thing, isn't it? They'll cheat to get him in. We'll have to wait and see. I hope not. Colin Thompson says I hope not. But the Poland saying that he's gonna win it, aren't he? It stinks. He's in through the back door. Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think they'll cheat to get him in, and then I don't believe any polls, government fake information. Hopefully, Restore will win the biggest shake-up ever. Yeah. Oh, that's what I keep saying. I hope these people that don't vote come out to vote like it did in the referendum. That was brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Watching all the faces on the telly, all the BBC presenters, all the Channel 4, ITV, all the faces were like that, weren't they? And we were like, yes. Don't think they were expecting it. And I think that that's what I'm wanting to happen. I'm so wanting it to happen. I'm wanting that shocked look on the faces again, that Restore have won. What? Wouldn't it be brilliant? Yeah. Hopefully Restore will win. We will be the biggest shake-up yet. I read that. We shall prevail in this struggle. We shall. We shall prevail in this struggle, Clobber magazine. But how long is it going to take? Will it be in my lifetime? I'm 65 this year. And I'm just thinking, will it be in my lifetime? Will I see the change? Because we are being browbeaten over the last 40, 50 years, haven't we? We've been browbeaten. People are terrified to speak up. I was thinking, about I watched a program called White Men Can't Work. I don't know whether anyone's watched it. It's really interesting. So it's on YouTube if you want to go and have a look at it. White Men Can't Work. And it's about not being able to open your mouth in the workplace. And I always say to everyone, that's the only reason that I can speak up now, because I'm older, because I'm retired. Because if I was still working, I wouldn't be able to have the views that I have. I wouldn't be able to speak up the way I do. And I think it's awful. I think it's awful. I think that will I see the change in my lifetime? Or am I going to see a change in the opposite direction in 20 years' time? Are we going to have these little enclaves, like one of the guys has just said there in the chat, that, the likes of the Midlands, there'll be like a wall around it, and they'll be their own little enclaves. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Um, Gareth says he's taken somebody's seat and the people didn't vote him in. Yeah. I'm 65 this October, but I'll fight for the country to save it from the stupidity. Yeah, that's how I feel, Gareth. Exactly. Um, and someone else is 65, Tom. We're all the same age, 65 this year. I don't think we'll see the good old days and have our country back. Oh, I know. Don't give up hope there. We won't give up hope, will we? No, we've got to fight. And Clobber Magazine says the atrocities will keep happening. Sad but true. It will tip us all over the edge. Yeah. Lee says we've got silence in Carlisle and now stuck in the with a Labour MP who's putting the illegals next to schools and parks. She's hated massively here. MP Julie Minns, is it? Yeah. I think they're all outbreed us in the end. Mm-hmm. Yep. A great Bollinger in 1961. Yep. When I was born, 1961. Yeah, I just hope that we see it. I just hope that I'm around for the next 20 years to see will things change. I don't think it'll ever be the same. We were even talking today, me and my brother, when there was Beatles on the radio, and I was thinking, even the music, I know I'm old and going off on one, but even the music's different. We won't see this again, will we? How do you feel about the discrimination and racism dealt out of the Jamaican community when they arrived in Liverpool? How about the discrimination racism dealt out to the Jamaican community when they arrived in Liverpool? I never ever seen any racism to Jamaican people community. There was a great community in Liverpool 8. I just lived up the road from it. I lived in Liverpool 7. I lived in Earl Road, and it was a great community back in the day. I don't think it's the same now, but it was a great community. We had what was it called? The club down there. It was a Jamaican club or something like that. And it was brilliant. Yeah, sending new arrivals to the upper class areas. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Top Cat Dog says, unfortunately, I have to go 2 hours ahead of the UK. Good night, everyone. We're all on the same side. Yes, we are. Good night. God bless. Uh, you don't think they had any tough times? I think we all had tough times. I don't think it was just the Jamaicans who had tough times. I think everyone had tough times back then, didn't they? I know my mum and dad had tough times. There was 5 of us, and my mum didn't work because they didn't back in the day, did they? Well, she did. She had 5 kids to look after. It was just my dad working, so I don't think it was just the Jamaicans or anyone else. That I think everyone had a tough time. Yeah. We had more unity 30 years ago. It used to be black and white unite. Diversity means division now. Yeah, yeah. No, I never, Smoky Bacon, I didn't see any racism growing up. Lots of friends, different colours. The racism started with Blair. Totally agree. Totally agree. The same here. We didn't have, you didn't see it. You didn't have racism, did you, back then? It was different, wasn't it? But the division that it's caused now, and the division is when they keep telling you diversity is our strength, and I keep saying it. If they keep having to tell us that, it's not right, is it? Because if it was diversity was our strength, we'd be able to see it with our own eyes. I think that's what caused the division. Yeah, Harold, fair enough. Thanks for your time there. You're very welcome, Harold. Right, what are we on? I've been doing this now for 58 minutes, so I've done an hour. Can't believe it. But thanks very much for joining me, guys. I am gonna try, and I will get better, won't I? As the more that I do, and I get used to it, because I still get a bit nervous and don't know what to talk about, and I go off on a tangent. So thank you very much for joining me. And if you're not subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell, because it gives you a notification when I put a post up as well. See, I'm getting good at it, all this spiel that I'm saying. You're a nice lady. Thank you, Harold. And I hope to see you all again soon and speak to you all again soon. See you later. Ta-ra. Don't know where to turn it off.